Good afternoon. Welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. This afternoon, I've just eaten nuts and I should have got water. Let me just double check. Good afternoon. Welcome. That's all good. Who's nervous? Anticipation. I thought I'd wear this old top today. The centenary top. Back in the day. Back when Celtic won a double. And it's got to be said, that was a fantastic year for Celtic. Oh, what just happened there? How did that happen? I'll just sort that. That was not meant to happen. Need to lock that. There we go. Ooh. Can't be having... That's all mucked up now, isn't it? I'm going to have to put that down there. And let's make sure we lock that as well. My goodness, live television now. Don't have this issue on Sky and such like, don't they? But they've got a full team. Are you in the kitchen? Can I get some water, please? Because I forgot it. Welcome back to everyone in the chat. We are just 11 minutes away. It's the Guardia Civil flying over here again. We are 11 minutes away from the final team. It's not so much Europe because it is the Scottish Cup final. The ultimate game in the Scottish calendar. I can't look at the state of that one. Totally zonked it. So yeah, it's just waiting for. I've been watching. The reason I was late, I was watching Dunfermline stuff on Twitter actually. They've done a couple of great videos of the town, and it was good to see. Let's just jump screens here actually. That's still not set right, is it? It's way out of line. I'll just have to do this now. Just do this. It was good to see Bay Travel. Bay Travel are a fantastic local company. The guy that owned them, well, I think he's retired now. He was from Kirkcaldy, and he's a mad hippie. Hates Rangers with a vengeance. But Bay Travel, yep, good, nice local company. And look, that's the fair play for Dunfermline getting the bus with their team colours. Bay Travel, eh? So that is enough of that. Let's get back to this main screen. I'm going to have to... Does it look all right? I'll just have to do, won't it? It's all over the place, really. That needs to sort that. Looking at Celtic Twitter feed. Champions. Celtic FC. Cup final day at Hampden. The pitch is looking amazing at Hampden. Oh look, VAR. It's showing you the VAR studio at Hampden. I've got to say, having watched, I watch a lot of Spanish football, obviously, and the VAR in Spain is in an actual office in the stadium, away from all the craziness, and it's always the cheap option with Scotland, isn't it? But I suppose there's no hiding. There is no hiding from the VAR people this afternoon. Maybe they're trying to make it as open as they can, rather than being hidden in some little dark office somewhere. Beautiful skies over Hampden today. It is one of the worst. Dunfermline fans, fair play to Dunfermline fans. They were asked by the club to attend the stadium for around about 10:30 this morning. They were looking for volunteers to set up the tifo for the Dunfermline end. And fair play to Dunfermline fans. I've got to say, the pitch is looking beautiful, isn't it? It's looking... I don't think it's ever looked so good for a cup final. So fair play. Because usually you go and you're like, pitch is looking all right, but that's looking fitting. It is befitting of a cup final. It's just a pity about the stadium and everything else. Because let's face it, the area in and around Hampden, no disrespect to it, but it's terrible for fans to get to. For a big amount of fans, I mean, it was okay maybe back in the day when the majority of people travelled to Hampden from in and around the Glasgow area. You know, when you had it was a local event, but when you've got the amount of buses that are becoming through from Fife, from Dunfermline, and then the number of buses that will be coming from all around the UK for the Celtic end, it's just a nightmare. And the thing is the Dunfermline fans are at the other end, so they're actually having to drive past the first exit and then go along. It's just a nightmare, absolute nightmare. I feel for the Dunfermline fans today because they need to come away out towards that other mob, don't they? Anyway, just hope it is a fantastic game today, and may the best team win. We are around about 7 minutes away from the team being announced. This is Martin O'Neill's last team that he will pick this season. I'm just going to try and sort this. It's there we go. It's a bit better. It's too near the top though. There we go. And then I'll just lock that again. How does that look? Yeah, that looks a lot better. A lot better, doesn't it? Quite liking that. Liking the look of that because it doesn't highlight. Anyway, let's jump into some of the comments today. Find out if you are as excited as me for. Where is the comments? I can't find anything. Change stuff about there. It's there. There's the comments there. It's a dump of the ground. Yes, it is. Watched Pars a few times this season. We should pump them easy. Some of the previous score lines, I think, has been like 4-2 and 3-0. And Aussie John, ready for tonight. Got my first beer on the go. I've decided to just take it easy. It's a little glass of holy water. More final heartbreak for us. I think it'll be 1-0 to Dunfermline. Whoa. Ooh. You've got the score the wrong way around then. Because Celtic are the home team. So unless you're a Dunfermline fan, it'll be heartbreak for Dunfermline. Hate Hampden, can't see a thing, far too far away, definitely, if you're behind the goals. I have a horrible feeling in my stomach. I don't want Martin O'Neill or Maida to go. Dry your eyes, mate. It is a sad day, isn't it? It's Martin O'Neill will be ultimately asked the question, will I stay or will I go now? He will be asked that after the game. We're only a couple of hours away from Martin O'Neill coming out and saying, I think I've had enough. I think I've just done it. Will he say it right after the game? It's not like Martin O'Neill, is it? I wouldn't think he would say right after the game. I think he'd leave us in a bit of suspense. In all reality, 4 minutes away. 4 minutes and counting. 4 minutes. Oh, what's this? Dunfermline. An hour ago, Celtic put in information for safety. Digital tickets. Oh, okay, that's just nonsense. Who cares? I don't know how I feel about today because I'm. It's a hard one, isn't it? Because we know that we know there's going to be Dies Maida's last game. Will Rio Hitati make the bench? Will we win? You want it to finish on a high. I think that we will finish on a high. John Dillon, Docherty and Simon Donnelly are live on Celtic TV. Ooh, better check the TV, yeah? You always leave it too late. Could build a big space age stadium in East Kilbride. Or you could just share the National Rugby Stadium in Edinburgh. It's got way easier transport links. You can get fans at different ends of the stadium by 2 different access points into the city. It's a far safer ground to go to. But they won't. And that would be my choice. Just Scottish football and Scottish people, but the history of Hampden Park has been around since the start of time, and the stadium tells you it's been around since the start of time. Fucking Jesus, it's not knocked down and done again, isn't it? It's knocked down and done again. Baz, holy water equals water. It's water. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go until we get the team. The final team. Is your screen black? I can't see you. It's your screen, mate. It's not me. Going to jump through the comments. 1 minute to go. 1 minute and counting. We've got to make it the fairy tale of a double. The double top. Baz, you could get a job with Pathy News with that old accent. Sorry, I meant to say vodka. No, I'm taking it easy today because if we win, I want to go out tonight. Celebrate in here. Balak Wishaw on the left wing. Dum. Danny Cassie's in the house. Here we go. Less than a minute to go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble. Come on, Celtic. Press the button. My finger is on the button. Come on, Celtic. You always go like 30 seconds over. Don't do this to me. Come on, press the button. Oh, the team's out. The team is out. Let's jump onto this screen. And that is the team for the Scottish Cup final. Sinisalo, Johnston, Trusty, Austin Scales. Off the Scales, Tierney, McGregor, Engels, Benji Negri. Whoa! Jamesy Forrest starts. Whoa! We never saw that one coming. James Forrest starts ahead of Tenecti. Wow. Oh. Unbelievable. Well, there you go. On the bench is Ross Duhan, Luke McCowan, Innie Acho, Callum Osmond, Oxley Chamberlain, Tenecti, Sarachi, Murray, and Ralston. So there's no Cameron Carter-Vickers on the bench. Doesn't matter what you Yankees say. Yankee doodle. And if it wasn't for us, you lot would be speaking French. That was a terrible joke by the king, wasn't it? Fuck the king anyway. Anyway, that is the team this afternoon. Dunfermline. Has the Dunfermline team came out? Yeah, we'll dissect that for a minute. And Jamesy, unbelievable. I said Forrest to start, says Mark. He said Forrest to start. I didn't expect Forrest to start, if I'm perfectly honest. But it is the team. It's a strong team. Let's not. And the bench, solid. Dunfermline, no Hatate. Yes, no Hatate. Hatate's not made the bench. When you've got Oxley Chamberlain on the bench in that midfield, and you've got 2 strikers on the bench, you have to drop someone. So with young Callum Osmond coming into the team, being 100% fit and a little goal scoring machine, and he's going to be with us next year. I did say this morning that Martin O'Neill's got a very good record of keeping players that he knows is going to be at Celtic next season and giving them the big opportunity. Daiz Maeda's head's never been in it all season. It's a shame. Daiz Maeda didn't celebrate the league win with the players. You saw him in the dressing room. He came in and got a hug by Martin O'Neill, and then rather than join in with the players, he went and stood in the back behind all the staff. Didn't join in with the players at all. It says a lot to me, and that would have said a lot to Martin O'Neill. Why would Martin O'Neill then go and pick Rio Hatate when he's not really there, is he? He's half-hearted. It's not even half-hearted. He was half-hearted at the beginning of the season, and I think that it's become more than paramount that Rio Hatate wants away this summer. I am going to. Can we listen to that and keep it on the same screen? Let me just see if I could do this. Let's get a little bit of Henrik Larsson.
Gaffer, obviously. Hello, everybody, and the gaffer, obviously. Congratulations on winning the league last Saturday. I hope you do it again in the cup final. Let's go. Hello, everybody.
Someone says, Baz, Maeda was crying. He's always been like that. He's reserved. We're not talking about Maeda. We're talking about Hatate. Sorry, did I say Maeda? I'm talking about Hatate. Hatate didn't join in at all. Anyway, who cares? He's out the team. He's out the team. AR, Bazooka, Bazooka's Bazooka. What the hell? He's drunk. Good riddance to Bake Tate. I think Baz was referring to Hatate, not Dyson. Yeah, I was referring to Rio Hatate. I'm looking at like 4 different screens here. Give me a break. It's cup final day, and I go through periods on especially days like this because I had been out. I mean, our bus left at 10 o'clock this morning, so it would have been the case 9 o'clock for the pub breakfast. Bus leaves at 10. Get a good scran in you. Through to Glasgow. Probably to Rutherglen, and yeah. Instead, I'm sitting here with the dog lying sleeping down there, the cat sleeping next to the dog, and the missus watching telly. But anyway, I love it. I love it. There's thousands of you been online today, and I thank you, every one of you. And I want to take this opportunity to thank every single person who has tuned in over this season. Remember, we don't do walking away. We are here all summer, and we will also be doing World Cup watch-alongs on the other channel, Baz Does Football. Right, let me just jump off of this screen on this one, and then we can get the team up in this area here so that we have everything set up. We'll just put the team up here, got it down right down there, and that fits in perfectly. Perfectly. And it saves me having to muck about with everything else today. Anyway, Forest last game, Darren, where have you been? James Forrest signed a contract extension for another year. Yeah, James Forrest signed a contract extension a couple of weeks ago, mate. That's the wrong one. I'll try to get this one. Try to increase the size of that, and then put that back up there, and then bring this down here. There we go. Anyway, no, it's not Forrest's last game. He has a contract for next season, and he will finish his career at Celtic. You're working. Well, there you go. Well, I'm going to say that I'm gutted about wee James Forrest, his class as well. You're gutted about wee James Forrest? Why? He's playing. You're gutted that James Forrest is playing. Dyson is good. I'm going to jump forward to the comments and apologise. Hatate must be kept out the changing room. He's on a downer. Hope Maeda gets a hat-trick today. Me too. Be a great send-off. Can't wait for the transfer window action to start. Thought like next week. Yes. Watch tonight to come out and come on and have a great game. It does make it better. So you've decided to get the cat then? Ugh, did I just let that slip? Cats. Plural. Plural. Yeah, we've got 2 cats. Wasn't meant to let that slip. No Hitati goodbye. Well, he could be. Mrs. will go mental. Well, we're keeping our secret. Thomas Frank for manager. I don't think so. Liam can't wait for the transfer window action. Sriracha has made the difference when he's came on, as did Osmond. Yeah, but Sriracha's not really a first team starter, is he? Not when you've got someone like Kieran Tierney playing before him. I mean, some people think that he's a bit better than Tierney, but I think that his defensive side of Sriracha is maybe not as good as Tierney. Plus, I think that Tierney's crossing's phenomenal, and as his goal scoring range as well. The transfer window opens on the 15th of June. That's not long. Jesus, the time that we get over today, and I've let the cat out of the bag. Oh, wait a minute, I'll get that comment up, and then that comment needs did you hear that? Did that come through? Oh, yeah. There we go. That's the only one time you'll hear that today. Stephen Johnston. Well, there's a couple of super chats came in. I haven't seen them. John super chat coming in from Australia. Big up John from Australia. Danny Cassie. Danny. Stephen Johnson. Thank you for all the reading that you do. Have a few drinks for me. No worries, Stephen. No worries, mate. Honestly, you're such an amazing guy, and over the last few years you have been an absolute amazing supporter of the channel, and anything that I can do for you, you're just unbelievable, mate. And I know how much this channel means to you, which is unbelievable, honestly. Baz, will you keep the channel going on the off season with transfer stretches and deal? Of course, mate. Don't you know? Jesus, if you never followed this channel during the summer, we tend to up the video outage during the summer. We go from 2 a day to 3 a day sometimes during the summer. It's that's 3 weeks. That's ages. That's not ages. We've got a manager to pick before then. We have a manager. Anyway, the team. Let's get back to the team. Sinisalo, Johnson, Trusty, Scales, Tierney at the back. That's a solid back 3. McGregor, Engels, Benji Negrin. You should say that they should be showing their class against a team from a lower league. Neil Lennon will have his team playing some fantastic football, it has to be said. And I'm just going to see if I can get the Dunfermline team. Nope. Dunfermline don't like putting their team out. They'll probably wait an hour. Showing you some of the Pars fans. Mad Dunfermline toonies. Oh yeah. Sometimes you just you get images and you think, I know why I left Fife. No disrespect to any of the Dunfermline fans. But anyway, we do move on. Where on the BBC iPlayer do I find the game? Well, I have no idea. Does anybody know? Dermot Desmond has already got our manager picked. Says just me doing YouTube. This is literally the only Celtic supporter channel you need to follow across any social media. All the news comes. It comes sometimes before. It comes, the news is we're bang on it during the summer. It's one thing that I have done for quite a few years now is make sure that we up the game in the summer, because it is a time that was used to be a time that a lot of other channels would take breaks. I wouldn't take a break. I would ramp it up because I think it's important. Aussie John, we all agree with you, Baz. Stephen Johnston is amazing. He always has time for everyone, and yes, he does that. He's a fantastic person. That's all I'm going to say. To be fair, in 3 weeks we'll be mourning the loss of Dies Maida. You'll be mourning the loss of Dies Maida tomorrow. Let's have a great day, everyone. We better not get Keane as manager. Maybe Bratislava have hopefully take him. Maida will be Dunfermline to win and Lennon to be off the job at 5 p.m. Fuck me. See if I'm on here and I'm gonna have to have Sky on, I'm gonna have to have BBC on, and I'm gonna have to have Radio Scotland on. I'm gonna have to have the watch along screen, and I'm gonna have to have the YouTube screen and Twitter on, and I'm gonna be like waiting to hear if there's an announcement after the game. I'm hoping not. BBC Scotland probably in Belfast. James Beattie, mate, where have you been? James Beattie coming in from the good US of A. He's just it's been a World Cup for me. As boys in one league, let's get it done. James, I hope that you're all good. I know that you're still on Twitter now and again, and but yeah, I hope you're all good, mate. Hope everything's fine for you over there in the good old US of A. You upstate New York today, or you? Where are you? Tell us. Forest 4-0 to Celtic. Forest first goal. It'll take you 3 weeks to get over them. Oh, are you one of these freaks? Just like that, you keep on texting. You one of them? Just instant block. Tuchel might be looking for a new job. Oh, I don't know about that. See, when you've got Liam's just says, you all know that he doesn't read the comments properly. I've got, if you could see, I'm going to take a screenshot and look, and so that you see how much information that I'm trying to take in. TV companies have like one person looking at one screen. I've got audio. I've got the screen. I've got the scoreline stuff. To sort out the time. Do you know what I mean? It's like, Jesus, our manager will be called on Monday. He'll be called on Monday, or he'll be called Monday. What happened about Tuesday? But I don't think he'll be called on Monday. I think that Celtic will have. I think Celtic have been being a bit sneaky about it. I think, but we'll wait and see. Working in Battlefield right now. Busy places buzzing. Working in the battlefield. Hopefully we'll hold off managers talks today. Hopefully just hopefully celebrate this cup first. It's a big ask for Martin O'Neill and the players, but I do think that there's a lot of players that, because it is their last, you've got to say, Arne Engels, he could be gone in the summer. I think the players that are starting today, I don't think a lot of them will. I mean, you're talking about Maeda. Yang one's been put to bed because Yang signed a new deal till 2030. James Forrest signed a new deal. Maeda will leave out of the front three that start the game. You've then got Benji Nygren, Arne Engels and Callum McGregor. If Celtic have got a preference, they will sell Arne Engels because of the money involved. I don't think that the money for Benji Nygren is right at this moment after one season. Arne Engels has been here. Has he improved? Has Arne Engels improved as a player? Is he a player that's he's got some fantastic passing range? You've got to say that about Arne Engels, but he doesn't bully the game, does he? He doesn't take control of the game and dominate the way that a player that is of evaluation that he is. He's not a Matt O'Reilly. He kind of plays that similar position to Matt O'Reilly. And I don't think that he's as good as Matt O'Reilly. And we sold Matt O'Reilly for 25 million. If we got offered 20 million for Arne Engels in the summer, Celtic take it all day long. Which leaves us with Callum McGregor and Benji Nygren. So we're going to have to bring in a couple of players in the midfield. Is Oxlade-Chamberlain up for next season? I think that if there's any one of the players that due blocking you for your pash. Oh, listen, the way you serve Chris Boyd, because the only place he'll be hiding the day is in your boozer. Here in Jersey City, great walk before kick-off. It's pissed down with rain here. Fantastic part of the world, mate, honestly. Anyway, let's get back to the players that could leave after today's game. I don't think there is anybody in the defence that Celtic will be looking to move on in the summer. I mean, Johnston, I don't think so. It means we would have to go back for a little Mexican friend. I don't think that deal would happen. There was no option to buy with that deal, so I can't see that. So Celtic would love to retain the services of Alistair Johnston. Trusty and Scales, don't think that they're going anywhere, unless Trusty has a fantastic World Cup and somebody goes, do you know what, he's maybe worth a bob, he's maybe worth a trick or two. Kieran Tierney's not going anywhere. So the only two players that I can see out of the starting 11 that will not be here next season would be Daizen Maeda and Arnie Engels. When you look at the substitutes bench, Tenex, they'll be here next season. Iniacho, I'm actually heading towards thinking that Iniacho might not be here. If Iniacho does stay at Celtic after the summer, it will be because the new manager has been unable to get in his preferred striker choice. Typical Celtic, wouldn't it? Ross Dohan won't be going anywhere. Luke McCowan won't be going anywhere. Callum Osmond definitely will not be going anywhere because he will want to try and become the number one striker for Celtic. It's been a long time since Celtic have had a really good young striker, and by young I mean in early 20s, to come in and dominate the game. Can he do it? You had Kyogo Furuhashi banging in goals. You had strikers, you had the defenders that would shoulder charge him off the ball, knock him to his arse. Can young Callum Osmond be better than Kyogo Furuhashi? And then you've got Sriracha. I think that he will, there's talks already taken place with Sriracha. Sriracha wants some kind of guarantee of game time. I think it's always hard to you can't guarantee any player game time. All that Celtic can say is, look, we need two good players for every position. It's up to you to fight for your place ahead of Kieran Tierney. Are you up for it, or you know the contract is there? They've seemingly agreed a deal around about 1.5 million. Dane Murray will not be going anywhere. The question mark is really about Tony Ralston. Will Tony Ralston still be at Celtic after the summer? With 1 year left to go on his contract, it could be the fact that Tony might just go, there has to be an offer coming in for Tony, of course. But I think after Tony plays at the World Cup, plays, you can't get any higher level. Tony Ralston gets stick from the Celtic fans, and he's going to play at the highest level possible in football, a World Cup. If anybody down in England is looking for a right back that's more than capable of stepping into any first team, and you look at Ralston and you're wanting a solid, hard defender, good old-fashioned wing-back that's no scared to put in a challenge, Celtic might rue the fact that they're keeping Alistair Johnston, because I think that Tony Ralston could be on his way out. Oh, wait till you get your violin out. I'm so close to blocking Michelle on the channel today. Just for shits and giggles. Aaron says, always join your contact on the Celtic. He'd suck at a stockbroker. He'd suck at a stockbroker, wouldn't he? Who? Who the hell's a stockbroker? What are you talking about? Liam, you talk the office to shite sometimes. It's the last one of the season. I'm going to give it to everybody today. Get some stick. Get it in there. Come on, the good guys from Burnt Island. Whoa, come on, the good guys from the Burnt Island 4. What bus are you getting on from Burnt Island these days? You heading up to Cowdenbeath to get the Cowdenbeath bus? Cowdenbeath. I can't speak today. Tell us that. Do you think we'll be able to keep Benji Negrin? Yes, I think that Celtic will, if they sell Engels for 20 million, if they sell Daizen Maeda for 10 million, that gives you 30 million. If you get 5 million for Rio Hatate, you're talking about in the region about 35 million in the bank. You're talking $1 million for Welsh, a couple of million for Ralston if he goes. Celtic could bring in just under 40 million this year, in this summer. And that's not including the players that are on loan to go away. So that 40 million would be, and I know what people will say, oh, typical Celtic, they'll bring in 40 million and they'll spend 32. So they're 8 million in profit, which means there'll be more money in the bank, and then we'll get into the Champions League, and then there'll be the 40 million for the Champions League, and there'll be the Not Another Penny campaign, and it'll be just as you were with Celtic as we start the season. Hopefully not, but bugs, where's my overlays? Jesus. Just opening a couple of screens, getting ready. Just about 52 minutes time until kickoff. Should have a countdown timer on the screen. Countdown to kickoff. Hatate, Engels is going nowhere, and neither is McGregor. You think so? After Arne Engels, I don't think Callum will go anywhere. I think he will want to see out his contract. Arne Engels, big bid come in. Will he move on? I'm not too sure. Whereas Nottingham Forest in the league, did they get? They're safe. Nottingham Forest could come back in for him. They're safe, aren't they? Nottingham Forest. They come back in for 20 million, 20 plus million. Celtic will take it all day long. All day long. Take it there's English Premier League games on today as well. Since they're always a week behind. Life without Dyson will be hard for Celtic. For Celtic, some of the fans will have, it'll be like a death in the family. We've been a much better team since Engels returned. Yeah, but he's got to prove his point, isn't he? Prove his point that he's up there. It's very rarely that a £20 million bid comes in for a player. Celtic knock it back because it's the last minute of the transfer window, and then the player stays the next transfer window. Jota will be back next season. Will Jota be as good as he was, the player that left a year out of football? Engels doesn't control the games. Forest bid 25 million, should be snapped up if it comes back in the summer. Baz is on the PS2 also. It's just water, mate. It's just water. I think Martin O'Neill will be our manager next season. He will have a proper summer window to rebuild the team. Engels gets far too much stick, if you ask me. He does that. Stephen Johnson saying hello to people. I reckon that you'd see the best out of Engels. We had better players around him. Well, that's an interesting fact, because I think that Callum McGregor has lacked because of not having better players around him. Now, with having Oxlade-Chamberlain on the bench, that's a lot of money's worth. It is a lot of money's worth for, and can Celtic afford? Stephen Johnson says it's all good with him. We will make a massive profit on Arne when he eventually leaves. Kelechi is only 28, so fit enough. Well, according to Martin O'Neill, he's not fit enough. He's not at the prime of his game. You've got to remember, Martin O'Neill was interviewed about Kelechi a couple of weeks ago, and when Kelechi came back into the team, he said to Kelechi that you should be at the prime of your football career. You know, you should be the fittest, you should be the fastest, you should be the sharpest. And he turned around to Martin O'Neill and said, I am. And Martin O'Neill was dismayed by that comment. I'll take Martin O'Neill and his thoughts on it more than us as fans, because Martin O'Neill, listen, he sees the players on a daily basis. We do not. For us to get the best out of Engels, he would need to get dominators beside him. I don't think there's dominators that's needed beside him. I think you push Callum McGregor further forward and you get a good holding midfield player. Remember, in the last window, we were linked with numerous players in the holding midfield. If Kelechi could lose, where did that comment go? Can I ask what you want Martinez as manager? The comments keep on jumping up and down. World Cup is going to be Jazzy in the USA. Probably a load of Jazzy twats on TE. Scott Brown's going to be there. 40 million to damage your poor Rangers cause. You need to get back on the booze bars. You seem to be struggling to keep it together, sober. Tell me about it, mate. I do have a nice bottle of Vino Tinto. And I think that the Vino Tinto will get opened, and I'm going to stand to watch the game. I'm not going to sit. I am going to stand to watch the game. Just like if I was at Hampden today, I'd be standing for the 90 minutes. So I'm going to be there in person, not in person, but in spirit. I want the Bricky to stay. He's nothing but a fighter. Nothing but a fighter, but he's at that age. And this is why I'm thinking that why is Tony Ralston not being given a contract extension when all the other players have? He's going to the World Cup. He's probably one of the worst paid out of all the squad players going to the World Cup by his team. And he will know that. You know, and there's no disrespect to Tony. It's the league that he's playing in, and it's Celtic's wage structure. You know, Tony Ralston could easily go down to England, and sort out his family financially. Do you know, 4 years in England and he's sorted for life. More than double the wages that he's got at Celtic. I wouldn't begrudge Tony that, do you know? Wouldn't begrudge it at all. Should be an easy 4-0 to the Almighty today. Give me your scoreline predictions, as now that we have seen the team. Has Dunfermline announced their team yet? Not that I would know who the Dunfermline team is. Yeah, there's the Dunfermline team. And you're right. I have no idea who any of their players are. So just out of respect, there is the Dunfermline team. Don't know if it's good. Don't know if it's bad. No idea, to be honest. Just being honest, it's like it's this Dunfermline team. Haven't watched a single Dunfermline game all season, so I have no idea if. Well, they got beaten their last game, didn't they? The last in the playoff round. Let me jump through some more of these comments. Yeah, Blaz blocks me, and then there's no scooping and breaking news today. Put your dummy back in. Hi, Stephen Johnson. I hope you're okay. Looking forward to the game. It says Scott a boy. Spent big on Balakwisha. Somebody who scouted for over a year. He's an absolute rascal. Calm down with the Ralston praise. Grant Hanley is also going to the World Cup. Grant Hanley's not going to get. You know, I think that Ralston's a first team starter every day of the week for the Scotland team. Do you reckon we'll get more than 25? Nope. I think that we'll get 25. That's your maximum that you'll get for Arnie Engels. If Arnold bottle it, it'll be worse than the tarts. I don't think they're going to bottle it. But how's the GoFund page doing for that wee man? I forgot to put it up on the channel last night, but what I will do is I will go into it just now and the GoFund page. Copy. Oh, don't want all that. Just want the There we go. It's at 4,840. So fair play. Quite a lot of people donated that, and after it being on the video last night. So thank you to everyone. I'm sure the family will be over the moon with that. They're a little bit closer. I will put it in the chat just now again. And did that go in? No, let me put it in here. That'll change the screen. Yeah, it is at 4,840. If we can get that up to 5,000 today, that would be absolutely amazing. We're £120 away from the 5,000 target for young Caden Miller, who sadly lost his fight with cancer and with leukemia. And some of the pictures were just absolutely horrific of this young man who is sad. But anyway, I will put it in the community tab also. Thanks for reminding me that, because I'll do that right now as we are just talking about the game today. So give me your score predictions in the chat just whilst I do this. So it's, come on, channel, view channel, and posts. And I'll just put the link in without all that. Oh, come on. That. And there we go. Now that it is in the community tab. So if anyone wants to donate so that can get to the 5,000, and hopefully that will help out the family quite a bit. Right, let's give you your scoreline predictions to the streets of Friday. 4-0 Celtic. Dunfermline players are playing in once-in-a-lifetime game today. It'll be trickier than most imagine. Neil Lennon, I watched the interview with Neil Lennon and Scott Brown at Hampden. Scott Brown asked Neil, do you think that the players kind of panicked, had it in the back of their minds, the cup final, and they kind of took their ball off the big target? Because the target was to get back into the SPFL, and they fell short at the final hurdle. Lenny would rather have got the team back into the SPFL than he wants to win. You know, it was a fantastic interview with Scott Brown and Lenny. Scott asking questions about going all the way back to that day that I videoed Lenny being brought out as manager at Celtic Park to losing at Hampden. And I remember that first loss at Hampden for Lenny. I can remember Samaras just not giving a shit that day. Frustrated the living daylights out me. At that time, I was like, Samaras never needs to play for Celtic again. I hated him, but he went on to become a fantastic player for Celtic. But anyway, it was a great interview, and Neil Lennon's under no disillusion on how hard this will be today, but he also thinks that it could be achievable. You know, could be achievable. You've always got to think that sometimes you've got to believe that the football gods are on your side. 5-0 Celtic. She's loving that bed, by the way. It is, isn't it? No, she's awake. She's staring at me. Yeah. 5-0 Celtic. Dyson Maeda hat-trick. Aussie John says 5-0 today. And a lot of people say rest in peace, Caden. 5-0 Celtic. Dyson double. 3-3 either way. Ooh, don't know about that. 3-1 Maeda and Benji Negrin. Come on, you boys on screen. Brunei. Michelle's just saying it's her best friend's grandson, guys. They're just so grateful for everyone who has donated since last night. You have been amazing. That's fantastic, Michelle. I hope that they do. I hope they burst the 5,000. I will be honest. I hope they get way over that target. And if they want to adjust that target to 6,000, I'll be more than happy to keep pushing that for the rest of the weekend and onto next week, because it's devastating for any family to lose a kid, and especially, and I can talk about this because we've had family members as kids that were in and out of hospitals, and it's the most horrific thing. It's it is sad, but we can take a little bit of heart that that they've been so grateful for it. Hello, Baz, everyone. Hope you're looking forward to the game. Here, 3-1 says DJ Kev. I see Maeda running riot in this game today. I hope so. 4-0 easy win. 2-0. 3-1 the boys. 3-0 Celtic. 2-1 Celtic in a tricky game. Come on, young man. You look a battler or a winner. Go for it. Unfortunately, he's passed away, Danny. So yeah, it was sad news. Ralston wouldn't get a game for any. Ralston wouldn't get a game for any Championship team in England. What's that? 4-0 the Rebels. 5-1 says Scotty Boy. And draw the first half, then Celtic to win comfortably in the second half. I think that 4-1, and I'm on Celtic by only drinking doubles. Oh, that's still a short measure. It's nowhere near a 7-second pour that you get over here. You're like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jesus Christ, man. Look at that. You need to leave some room for the mixer. Jesus God. You maniacs. But yeah, I think I may have a Bacardi week next week, just for medicinal purposes. Yeah, I definitely think I'll have a Bacardi week next week. And the house we bought Bacardis. Get the rebs on the. I know there's 3 of them. Look at them. Fucking oh God, they're all awake now. Oh, hell's about to break loose. The game's on BBC One now. I think Dunfermline didn't play the playoffs. Celtic would counter it, but because they did, I think it'll be a hard game. I'm not too sure. I think that it may have taken a lot out of the team emotionally, but they'll be up for this game. But will it be a game too far on this D-Day for Dyson Maeda? Will it be D-Day for Dyson Maeda? Not so much that he's hitting the beaches, but well, he could be he's not even hitting the beaches this summer because he is in the team that's going to the World Cup. Got to remember, Dyson Maeda will leave Celtic if he has a good World Cup. Money, money, money. Here's your money. Will be coming Celtic's way. It's brilliant news for Baz and the Wee Ones family. I've added the link to my Facebook also. Cheers for that, Jim. Fantastic, mate. Hopefully we'll be able to do it. Thanks, Baz. Let them know. I'm sure they appreciate it so much. Thank you, Michelle. Just me doing YouTube's going for 6-2 Celtic. I'm on the manager, Martin O'Neill's manager, Bruni's assistant for 2 years, and then Bruni takes over as manager on a 5-year contract. Ooh. That would be interesting. 3-1 Celtic. Ralston could easily play in the Championship level football. Of course he could. He'd walk into any team down there. Whoa, John. Aussie John. This one's not for you, Vaz. Pass it on to the little boy. I will do, mate. Why did you not just do it onto that instead? Because YouTube takes 30% cut, mate. That's the only thing. I'll pass it on to them, but YouTube take 30% off of every super chat that comes in. It is one of those things. But yes, mate, I will do that. I'll get that passed on. Thank you very much. 4-1 the boys. Dice made a double. Let me just go and check this just now. Let's just see if that is went. Hey, it's went up. 4,865. 4,865. Which is fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. I worked in Spain for over 5 years. I used to order pints of vodka Red Bull after work. 90% of it was vodka. Pints of vodka and Red Bull. You maniac. What's my prediction? I think that this could be a game that Celtic could run riot. I think Neil Lennon will set them up. Bacardi, you can't handle Bacardi Breezer. Shut up, you. I think that Neil Lennon will set up with 5 at the back. I don't know. I have no idea about this Dunfermline team. I don't know what they're like. I don't know what Neil Lennon set them up before. But I think if Celtic go into the game with the mindset that I think that the players do have today, I think Dyson Maeda will be wanting to shoot from range. Dyson Maeda, he will want to run riot. Benji Negrin will want to finish off on a high. He's been the highest goal scorer for the club. Arnie Engels is due a goal, especially from range. He'll be wanting to try and get on it. Kieran Tierney, he's got a goal in him. He loves scoring this. Callum McGregor, he loves scoring at Hampden. There's so many players that will be right up for it today. My prediction is I'm going to stick with 3-1 Celtic. I think that Celtic may get the first goal. Dunfermline will come back into it with a deflection or something stupid. I don't think it'll be a case of Dunfermline walk through Celtic. I think it may be maybe a corner and a deflection or something like that, and it goes in the back of the net. Dunfermline score. They think that, and then Celtic just go mental. It could be 3. I'm going to go for 3-1. It could be more, so I will put that in the chat. Celtic 3, Dunphy 1. Dunphy is Dunfermline. Because if you're fed Dunfermline, well, they're all toonies. Weirdos. But just for that, Scott. But yeah, that is my prediction. 3-1 Celtic. Is that Hunteers? Will be later. No worries, Danny. No worries about that at all. Bacardi is my mum's drink. See, I drink Bacardi or vodka. I'm not really fussy, but I was in a pub yesterday, and I almost said Bacardi because I was in a pub yesterday, and I was like, fancy a wee Bacardi. So, bit crushed up ice, bit of mint. That's it. Bob's your uncle. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, have I been to Belmadonna? No, but I will be in the next couple of weeks. I'll be down in Belmadonna, yeah, that place. Belmadina. I'll be down there in a couple of weeks, mate. Anybody remember the sugar at the bottom of the bottle of bucket, or the bottle of buck? No. I am going to jump through the rest of these. Thank you, everyone who's been online today. It's been there's been over 4,500 on this live in this hour. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. 30% greedy YouTube. Yeah, they are. It's unbelievable. But it's their platform. No worries, Aussie John. Can we run a massive poll on who we want or the Celtic will take or actually want as manager? Maybe on Facebook page. I'm kind of done with the polls for the manager's position, mate. I think that we just now wait and see. I think today's D-Day in all manners of forms. It's D-Day for Martin O'Neill. It's the day that he will maybe be asked by Dermot Desmond after the game. Martin, you've won the title. You've won a double. You could have won as a treble. Do you want the manager's job for another year? Can you take it for another year? Martin O'Neill's had his family up since the cup final. Since the final league game, sorry. You have them up for the cup final. Martin O'Neill will have spoken to his family. It would mean that his wife would have to come up to Scotland. Does she really want to up her life at her age? Don't know. Does she really want to stop doing the things that she does on a weekly basis? Don't know. You've got to take that into consideration. they're not a young couple. It's not as if they're going to be going out and they're, they'll have their friends and family that they stay close to, friends that they. There's a lot to take into consideration for Martin. And does Martin have the energy? He's a fine, fit old fella, but let's just get the game over today, and then we'll talk about manager. There'll be plenty of time over the next couple of days to talk about manager stuff. Trust me, the talk of it will go through the roof no matter what happens today. 4-0, but only 1-0 at half time. I think that's a good one. 3-0 boys, Forest to score first. Well, with Jamesy Forrest starting, I think that changes the dynamics quite a bit. 3-0 Celtic, 4-0 the Hoops made a hat-trick. And I'm going to jump through to the end. Do you reckon Martin O'Neill has told his players to go out there and express themselves and play with freedom? No. Martin O'Neill will and they will stick to the game plan. Stick to the game plan. Stick to the way that they've played. Stick to the way that they've trained. Be professional. Get the job done. Ball retention. Playing with speed. He'll get on at the players. If Dunfermline are sitting back too much, he will get on to Trusty. He will get on to Scales and say, stop fucking taking 3 and 4 touches with the ball, or I'm going to come in there and fucking smack you. He'll not do that, but he will get onto them at half time, and then you'll see Celtic pick up the pace. I can see that I think that Dunfermline will sit in and try and hit Celtic on the break, which is dangerous, and Neil Lennon will know that. Neil Lennon will know that you give this Celtic team too much time on the ball, and ultimately they'll find their way through. They'll pass their way through, and they'll break you down at some point. Dunfermline will need to take their chances when they've got the ball. They're going to have to take their chances in moving forward at speed. Their one-touch passing stuff will need to be tremendous. But then again, with Celtic closing down the way that they did do towards the end of the league game, could be a very, very long shift for these Dunfermline players. Right, that is me done and dusted. The boys are all set. It's the Scottish Cup final. Today could be the final game that Martin O'Neill is here as manager. Who cares about that? We've got 45 minutes of football coming up, of one half of weird, shitty football, and then 45 minutes of Celtic just doing Celtic stuff. I shall see you in around about... I'll be back 10 minutes before kickoff. If you're not going to the game today, and a lot of people that will be going to the game have already left YouTube. If you are watching the watch along, make sure that you come in and join me. I'm away to get some scran, open the bottle of red wine, sit down, stand actually. So I need to go and put my trainers on because I hate standing on these tile floors with no trainers on. So anyway, there was one last comment. Hail, hail, Baz, feeding my wife as she has Alzheimer's. She is blind. And me watching the game and the wife listening. Well, there you go, Joseph. I never knew that. Scottish Voices, enjoy the game. Thank you to everyone who has been on the live today. Thank you to everyone that's been on here all season. It's not over yet. See you either during the game or after the game. Have a fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are all around the world.